I think the cat's out of the bag when it comes to LeBron. Is he one of the top 2 or 3 greatest players of all time? Yes. Um, is he one of the great ambassadors of the game over the past 20 years? Yes. Um, but with that said, it seems like always behind the scenes, every time LeBron leaves a place or every time LeBron's at a place for X amount of years, there's always rumblings and there's always these issues that are behind the scenes. And so obviously there was that report last week about Genie and LeBron. And I think a lot of teams are kind of like, do we really want that? Right? Because LeBron is no longer a player where you could say, okay, he's, if we get LeBron, he's going to take us to the finals, right? LeBron at this point, he's at best what, second, third option,
Yeah,
depending on
second
the
at
team,
best,
right?
right? Yeah.
Depending on at best second, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if you have two like superstars, then for sure he's third option, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so, I just think, I don't, like you said, I don't think he wants to leave LA, and that's usually what happens when players come to LA, right? The sun, the glitz, the glamour, Hollywood. They said he just bought 2 houses in Brentwood back like side by side, and he's building like one of the greatest houses in LA history. And so clearly he doesn't want to leave. Now, could he go to a team for his final season? I mean, I could see that happening, but it would have to be under, like, no team is going to bend over backwards for him anymore, and that could probably be a blow to his ego too. Like, he might just stay with the Lakers just on that alone.
Yeah, I think as you said, I was going to say the same thing. That he came. I mean, LeBron came here for a reason, and it wasn't basketball reasons, right? He came here because he wanted to live in LA.
Well, at least basketball was secondary.
Right. He wanted to live in LA. He wanted to make movies and work on his media company, which kind of has like seemingly kind of fallen to the wayside. It hasn't worked out probably the way he hoped it would. And then number 3, he wanted to play for a legacy franchise and have his name be attached to a legacy franchise. And I think he wanted to retire as a Laker. So why would he really want to leave and go back to Cleveland when he left Cleveland in the first place? Because he wanted to come to the Lakers, right? And then of course, I mean, what happened?
And he already won, and he took them that title that they needed.
Right. So what?
So there's really no reason for him to go back.
Right. Other than just he's kind of soured on the Lakers playing for, like, just how things have gone with the timeline getting moved up. They traded AD, they brought in Luka, and they've kind of moved on from LeBron, and Luka is the priority now. And then like the Genie thing that came out, basically, so it was kind of like it's left sort of a sour taste in his mouth. And then they didn't offer him an extension, was the report. But it seemed, I've heard like Windhurst say and Sham say that they maybe would, I guess, be willing to work with him if he would take a lower, salary next year.
Yeah.
But like I said, I don't think he really, if he had it his way, AD would still be here probably. And they'd be like
with Luka.
Yeah, but they would still be like having to like kind of like cater to LeBron, but that didn't change. But he don't. I mean, he don't want to go back, and he wants to continue to be able to, when the game is over here, he goes to whatever in Beverly Hills or Brentwood, where what. I mean, like Cleveland is home to him, and he has a home there, but he really don't want to go back to that. That's why he came here in the first place,
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure, what's her name, Savannah, she loves being in Hollywood. I'm sure the daughter, they love being in Hollywood, especially this past week. It was like below 7 over in the Midwest. And over here it's 80 degrees, literally. And so it's little things like that, especially because he has a lot of like off the court ambitions. Say what you will, unless it's New York, if you have a lot of off the court ambitions, LA and New York, you almost have to be there.
Mm-hmm.
The only superstar really in the history of sports, I mean, I wouldn't say the history of sport, but I would say in the last, let's say, 30 years,
Mm-hmm.
right? The only real player ever that was bigger than life that was not in LA or New York was Michael Jordan,
Mm-hmm.
you know? And so LeBron pretty much, um, I think he wants to stay in LA.
Yeah, I agree.
Now, he does, it's a player option. So if the Lakers want him to take a pay cut and he doesn't, he's not he could just opt in. Because
But it's
what,
not a player
okay,
option though, is it?
I believe, yeah, LeBron ain't never going to sign no team option.
But he doesn't have a player option for this summer. The contract is just over.
Oh, that's right. Okay, so yes, you're right. Okay, so yeah, that changes it because that was this past year that he had the player option, right?
He opted in already. He opted in this past summer, and now
Yes. Okay, so yeah, I mean, what other team is gonna give him 30, 40 mil unless it's some cheap ass team that's just trying to sell tickets? But it's not like he would go there,
right.
right? So, it's just LeBron is kind of stuck.
Yeah.
The Lakers have no reason to give in to his demands. And it wouldn't be smart, because we have to, worry about Luka in the future.
Mm-hmm.
Austin Reeves got to get paid.